1, 2. Hello guys, how can you hear me? Yes? Today we have interesting weekly topic about cryptocurrency news. I'm Sergey Kolomits, and first of all, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. To do this, you should click subscribe below the video, and don't forget, guys, click the bell to always be aware of new streams and videos. So first of all, I give you some piece of information about some news, and after this we watch some cryptocurrency situation. Very we very near the danger zone 6000 for BTC. So first of all, about first news, Wall Street Journal about the cryptocurrency market could collapse along with the CFTC investigation. On Sunday, last Sunday, the price of Bitcoin in a matter of hours collapsed by almost 5%. So some analysts attribute this to the fact that one of the if of the United States Future Trading Commission (CFTC) demanded from Coinbase, Kraken, Bitstamp, and IT to provide data on trading after the launch of Bitcoin's futures. So the price of Bitcoin collapsed by 5% on last Monday. Our chart. Yes, it's this date. Ethereum 5%. This situation, EOS 10%. And IOTA near 10% too. It's worth nothing that the Wall Street Journal wrote about CFTC action against leading cryptocurrency companies on the evening of June 8th. So it's not entirely clear whether this event has a direct impact on today's market collapse, since the news went on for 24 hours after the publication of the news. So the network also suggested that the breaking of the South Korea exchange CoinRail is the reason for such a sharp fall. But nevertheless, it occupies the 90th place in terms of trading volume, near 2.6 million according to the analytic resource CoinMarketCap. It's noteworthy that almost half of the trades are in the pairs and PS6 and BTC. So it was the coin of Pandix that was the object of a hacker attack. Earlier, it became known about a joint investigation by the United States Department of Justice and the CFTC in order to identify illegal practices that could be used to manipulate the course of the cryptocurrency. So very huge move. I think you watched about the situation, because 7% is very huge move for this price. So next news about really interesting information is Chainalysis says that Bitcoin walls control market share at $37.5 billion. It's a New York blockchain startup. Chainalysis in the Bitcoin Pulse study concludes that a group of 1,600 addresses controls a third of all coins of the market for $37.5 billion. In April of this year, Chainalysis determined that there are only 1,600 wallets contained more than 1,000 BTC. Together, this anonymous address hold almost 5 million coins, which is the third part of the entire Bitcoin market. And without taking into account activity per se, which is in some cases and considered terribly lost from 2.3 million BTC to 3.7 million BTC. So only 100 addresses contain from 10,000 BTC to 100,000 BTC. And Philip Gradwell, chief economist at Chainalysis, said this concentration of wheels means that Bitcoin is a risk of volatility because the action of a small group of users can significantly affect the price. Moreover, analysts have concluded that long-term Bitcoin investors known as hodler in the period from December 2017 to April of this year sold the first cryptocurrency at 30 billion. So of the 1,600 specific address, the speculators category includes 600 Bitcoin whale. So what next? Next citation about estimate code company. It's stock chart. We're only $5 very long time. Yes, on in May we have some move to 6, but now we are in some very huge range. So what's the news about Kodak? It's news about American sport fans will be rewarded for their photos in Kodak coin. Why not? So Kodak is launching a blockchain service for working with photos on 6 leading sport arenas of the NBA and NHL in the United States, the company said. So when Digital, which licensed Kodak's photography brand for cryptocurrency at its associated digital right management platform, announced the partnership with the View Group Sport Arena. The project will enable sport fans and photographers to use Kodak's blockchain platform for loading and processing photos in the 6 major United States sport arenas. This include AT&T Center, the home court of the San Antonio Spurs basketball club, the Bankers Life Fieldhouse, Golden First Center, Sacramento Kings, Xcel Energy Center, the Prudential Center, it's New Jersey Devils, if you know this NHL team. And Tolkien Stick Reasons Arena, it's a Phoenix Suns, it's a basketball team. So fans will be invited to register, upload and share the photos or video in real time on Kodak One and service and receive a reward in Kodak coin. Photographers can also use Kodak One for and storage, licensing and sales of their works within the community. So blockchain technology is used to track and secure ownership of content. And Digital Director General Jane Denick said that we want to provide the Kodak One platform to creative people who, in our opinion, will get new opportunities and become its active audience. And according to him, the main focus of work with it will be fair pay for photographers and their entry into a new economy adapted for them with the safe management of asset rights. So Oakview Group Arena Alliance manage venues for world-class events in sports, which are visited by more than 65 million people every year in the largest cities of North America. This year, OVG attracted about 100 million in financing. So very good step by Kodak One. Next news about London. Some crypto mining news, very interesting, that the London Stock Exchange LSE has approved the placement of Argo blockchain shares, which offers its users the option of remote mining of cryptocurrency with monthly payment. About this reported Business Insider. So what's interesting, the emergence of the first cryptocurrency company on one of the oldest stock exchange in the world can be considered an important event for the whole industry, which despite obvious some resistance from the traditional financial sector is steadily gaining wider acceptance. And according to the publication 2 weeks ago, the company received permission to place shares from the United Kingdom listing Altcoin, and as a result of the IPO, it plans to raise £20 million. The investment valuation of Argo blockchain after that should be about 40 million. So earlier this year, the company also raised £2 million from private investors, and the company opted for the London Stock Exchange, taking into account the role of the city as a global hub for financial technologies. Placing shares on the LSE will increase the status of Argo blockchain, raise trust in the company, and provide access to global capital. All this will serve as the basis for further growth and help us gain a foothold in the leading position in the long term, said co-founder and CEO Jonathan Bixby. So Argo blockchain was founded in 2017 and aims to help individual users participate in the mining of cryptocurrency. So as noted in the company, with the increasing complexity and with the ever higher community power required for effective mining, and the sector is becoming less accessible to ordinary users. So a lot information about Argo, and what interesting more than 90% of the cryptocurrency mining is in the hands of the so-called elite, and all this is happening at the industrial level. And technically, this is not only complex but incredibly expensive process. You need to shell out of $5,000 for equipment, and we want to become Amazon Web Service for cryptocurrency, added Jonathan Bixby. And Argo blockchain's mining facilities are based in the Canadian province of Quebec, which is becoming an increasingly attractive place for such activities thanks to cheap electric power from uh, hydroelectric plants and local climate features that allow to save on coding. And the company offers several months plans with an average cost of $25, which gives users the opportunity to remotely extract for cryptocurrency like Bitcoin Gold, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, and Zcash. So next, two interesting news about one of the main cryptocurrencies, Ethereum, and Ethereum is exceeded 100 million coins. So the second of the capitalization of the cryptocurrency, Ethereum overcame an important historical milestone. The total number of issued ETH coins exceeded 100 million. About this said the new step web. So unlike Bitcoin, whose number of units is limited to 21 million coins, I think you know this information, the developers of Ethereum didn't fail to set such a limit for the cryptocurrency, and for many years that caused the community concern in terms of possible implementation. So it's noteworthy that as early as 2016, the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, after making a certain calculations, predicted that the amount of ETH is the foreseeable future will not exceed 100 million, at least not in this century. However, subsequently the developers plan change it. Uh, Probably doubting his previous forecast in April 2018, Buterin published a new proposal for improving Ethereum to limit the total number of uh, users to 120 million units to ensure the economics sustainability of the platform with the maximum range of possible situations, and also in the light of the fact that the issue of new coins is no longer effective for promoting the egalitarian spread of coins or some other significant strategy goal. I propose that we agree to limit the total amount of ETH Terran wrote, and his proposal was to set the maximum amount of ETH in the amount of 120 million. It's exactly 2 times more than it was sold during the ICO project, but it was not accepted, and today the emission of cryptocurrency is still unlimited. As the newspaper notes, the number of issued Ethereum coins is growing by about 10% per year, and the first Ethereum block was generated in 2015, and that time the network already had 72 million coins. This means that the remaining 25 million ETH were produced within approximately 3 years after the public launch of the network. We have some diagram. So, in an attempt to solve the problem of inflation, a number of other solutions were proposed, but none of them was implemented either. Nevertheless, even the proposal of Buterin will not be accepted. There still remains the possibility to limit the number of Ethereum coins, and this is supposed to be facilitated by the adoption of Casper protocol. So the proposed transition to the proof of stake algorithm is expected to reduce the current level of inflation from 10% to 0.5% per year, but the date of its implementation hasn't yet been determined. If by that time the number of ETH's circulation exceeds the limit of 120 million, and Buterin proposes an option with an emission limit of 145 million. And next news about Ethereum 2. Ethereum is a very important part of blockchain network. So we have some research, and this research says that 94 out of 100 successful blockchain project launched in the network Ethereum. So 94 of this 100 best block project are launched in this platform, and this was announced as a video blogger and crypto currency analyst Kevin Rock writes CCN. So, according to the researcher, the network deserves the right to be called the leading blockchain platform for smart contract. He also notes that the Ethereum community consists of more than 250,000 developers, and what he said, this is a shocking number despite the fact that the cryptocurrency industry is still at an early stage of development, and the Ethereum truffle framework already has more than 500,000 downloads, and despite the price drop in 2018, investors' interest in the platform continues to grow. So according to him, in order to create a competitive blockchain platform, there is not enough capital investment. The potential of Ethereum depends on the launch of successful decentralized applications, and if developers leave the platform, it will lose its value. And what Kevin Rock said, sometimes money can start the project, but today in the crypto industry, everyone has money, including Ethereum, so they don't give a competitive advantage. And not the last news about what CEO Ripple said a few days ago. So he said that Bitcoin is actually controlled by China. So Bitcoin is under the control of China due to the fact that the country has the largest mining pools for its expectations. This was stated by the CEO of Ripple, Brett Garlinghouse, right the street. So according to him, no large economy will allow Bitcoin to become a single world currency. He said, how do we know that China won't interfere? How many countries want to use the money that China controls? That will not happen. So note that the Chinese mining pools, BTC.com, Antpool, Fit2Pool, and BTC Point Top control 60% of the uh, hashtags of the Bitcoin network. Brett Garlinghouse believes that Bitcoin hasn't become a universal remedy for all problems. So what he said, it takes 45 minutes to make a payment in the Bitcoin network. It can take 4 seconds on the Ripple network. It's a huge difference, I think. And banks will use what is effective and cheaper. If you put the best product at the best price, banks will use it. And he also suggested that the blockchain will not destroy the banks, but will play an important role in the financial ecosystem in the near future. So the last one is about someone interested in research. This research says manipulation with Tether, USDT. I think you know this coin. Um, I can say it's maybe the same. So $1 United States. Yes, we have this chart 1 to 1. Probably. So the Tether cryptocurrency secured by the United States dollar was used to support the Bitcoin price during periods of down turn in the market. Researchers at the University of Texas and Austrian are sure of this. So in the paper published by John Griffin and Emin Shams, it is said that the growth of the Bitcoin price was largely depended on the Tether cryptocurrencies throughout 2017. So the analysis algorithm used by the researchers helped them come to the conclusion that purchases of cryptocurrency for the tokenized United States dollar contributed to a significant increase in the price of Bitcoin. Thus, the researchers found a stable relationship between the increase the Tether offer USDT and the rise in the price of Bitcoin. So a comparison of the Bitcoin and Tether allowed us to come to the conclusion that the subject related to the Bitfinex exchange used USDT to buy Bitcoin during periods of falling prices. So this price-oriented activity is successful and the price of Bitcoin grows during such investors. The study said. And at the same time, scientists note that to significantly influence that period of Bitcoin is enough to change the Tether proposal by only one person. Also, researchers emphasize that Tether tokens, as a rule, are not cancelled by the issuer, and the only major exchange where Tether can be exchanged for the United States dollar is Kraken. However, the share of such transaction is small. So one of the most critical of Tether is anonymous blogger Bitfinex ED, who in March 2018 revealed a link between the release of new Tether coins and the rising price for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum Bitfinex, which is known to have close ties with Tether, threatened a lawsuit to the blogger. So now we're going market cap and see a very interesting situation. BTC dominates 40%, guys. So what interesting for day who like sport? You can upload these coins, all sports plus 21%, 15 cents now price, but market capitalization is not very high. So icon 20 to place plus 11%, and Monero plus 7. It's very interesting. On the red side, Tether, but it's very today we have a green day, but if we look for BTC after the Monday news and some down move on Wednesday, yes, we have very dangerous situation because we near the 7,000, 6,000, excuse me, very interesting number, because if we break down this price, I don't know, maybe we will see 4,000 for a few months, maybe 1 month. If you remember a few months ago, we have situation, it's a too long situation, maybe 3 weeks, near the 6 and 7,000. So watch for this situation and wait for some alerts, some signals. If you have opportunity to short, like Binance exchange, I think stop limit sell below 6,000. It's a very good idea. So BTC exactly, XRP is the same situation, near the 60, near the 45 cents. ETH better situation because the very nervous price is $350, but now we have $516. LTC breakdown $100 yesterday. Ouch. EOS, I don't think it's a good idea buy this cryptocurrency here. I think we need some wait and maybe we create some new support, but if we look at daily chart, it's a down situation, and potential for this down situation it's $6.40. Of course, BCH the same, like ETH Cardano, Tron. So look at Monero. Monero plus 12%. XMR and USDT. Yes, we had some move, but now it's not a good situation. We have some volume spike and pullback. So wait for 6,000, and maybe after this price we maybe will have some false breakdown, and or maybe we will see 5 or 4,000. It's very dangerous for technical traders. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, please. To do this, you should click subscribe below the video, and don't forget to click the bell, and you always be aware of new streams and videos. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I see you next year. Not no, next year, next week. It's a joke. See you.